I'm Amy, and I decided that it was time for me to show you how I work in the kitchen. We have changed our eating habits, and as a result we feel amazing. This program that we're following called R3, we make things ahead of time, usually on the weekends. So I thought I'd start with breakfast. What we like to do is make these things called Eggupcups. It's something we made up the name, but it is super versatile and easy to do. Anybody can do it. Use a muffin pan. You need a couple of bowls to mix your eggs up in. The eggs, I do a dozen at a time. We pick our favorite breakfast meat or whatever I have on hand. I'm choosing kielbasa this time because that's what I've got. We've done turkey sausage that you would brown ahead of time. We've done bacon. If you're not a breakfast meat kind of person, then you would just omit the meat. We like to put bell pepper and onion. We'll cut those up and we'll saute those in a pan. Then we also like to put some cheddar cheese in as well. I highly recommend buying blocks of cheese and grating it yourself. Yes, it takes a little extra time, but it's so much better for you. There are chemicals that they put in pre-shredded cheese. There's a reason why it doesn't stick together. I won't go into those details, but please, for your health benefit of you and your family, buy a block and grate it. It does not take that much extra time, and it just tastes so much better. The cheese is much more rich. There's no measuring in this. I just chop up the amount of vegetables that I just want to throw in there, and then I grate probably, I can eyeball about 2 cups of cheese. I also love these 2 seasonings. This one is everything bagel seasoning and the Tony's original Creole seasoning, because we like a little kick but not too hot. But those 2 combined, I eyeball that too. There's no measuring at all. I cannot stress that to you enough, because you really can't mess these up. But no salt and pepper is necessary, because these both have a little bit of salt in them, but not a lot. And we just throw it all together. It truly is simple. It's a little preparation from start to finish, maybe half an hour. And then you've got breakfast for every morning of the week for 2 people. Sometimes our kids grab one too. We like to eat 2 at a time. Sometimes just 1 and a yogurt. But it's truly all about getting prepared for your week, because if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. It's very nice to already have pre-cut veggies in the fridge, so all I gotta do is cut them up into bite-sized pieces. We're gonna put these in a pan and saute them with a chopped onion and garlic here in a minute. And live from studio audience is Athena, our dog, who is always hoping for a handout. I like cutting these in bite-sized pieces because it makes it easier for distribution throughout the Eggupcups. So you just need a little bit of olive oil in your skillet. Not a lot at all. Let that get a little warm. I have it on medium-high heat. And we're going to saute our vegetables first. Our skillet is hot, so now we're going to saute our veggies first, just until tender. It smells so good. While your veggies are sauteing in the olive oil, you're going to want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. The veggies have been sauteing for about 3 or 4 minutes. Now we're going to add the kielbasa. Not a necessary step, but I like to, just to get a little color on the sausage. Just crack open a dozen eggs in a bowl. I've got all my dozen eggs cracked. Now we're just gonna beat them until they are all mixed up. So now that my eggs are whipped up and the veggies and the sausage are done. We'll just add those to the eggs little by little. And then we'll add the shredded cheese after that. And we had some frozen spinach I totally forgot about, just for some added veggies, and we love it. We keep it in the freezer. Just grab a handful, no certain measured out amount, probably a handful or two. You can give that a stir. We'll throw our shredded cheese in. And then we'll be a little liberal with our seasoning. When you think you have enough, add a little more. If you are determined to measure, I would say probably, I like about a tablespoon and a half or two of the Tony's, and probably about the same on the everything bagel. But literally, I just sprinkle it till I like the way it looks, and then do a little bit more, just for good measure. If you inhale Tony's, it will make you cough. So these cupcake pans, you need to spray very liberally with just some cooking spray, whatever your flavor of choice is. But when you think you have enough, do a little more, because they will stick. I've tried it with and without cupcake liners. It does not do well with the liners. Even though they say no stick, it just does not work well. It makes about a dozen and a half. I highly recommend getting the large ice cream scoop to help scoop the filling out into your cupcake wells. One scoop, maybe a little pinch more, evenly distributed, will work with this. This is about 1/4 of a cup amount. And just fill your wells. And make sure you give it a little headroom, because they do grow in the oven, and you don't want an eggy mess. These are now going in a preheated 350-degree oven for 20 minutes. And we'll see you when they come back out. All right, timer's going off. So I think we have some Eggupcakes. Nice and golden brown on top. Now they will shrink a little bit when they cool, but they truly are so easy and absolutely delicious. Now that our Eggupcakes are done, we're gonna let them cool completely. Then we just put them in a Ziploc gallon-sized baggie, store them in the fridge, and grab 2 at a time every morning for breakfast. This concludes our first installment of Wellness Eating with Amy. See you next time.